Hello everybody and everybody else. My name is ScriptCat and this is ScriptCat Says. Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you're old. No, wait, that's not right. You know what I mean. Today we're going to look at one of the reasons people do the strange things they do. It's been noted throughout the centuries that short men tend to be more aggressive. Napoleon Complex it's called. Of course this isn't always true. We all know men who are on the shorter side who are big old teddy bears. However, several of our First Amendment auditor friends are indeed shorter than norm. Let's take a look at this unique phenomenon.
I don't really have to talk to you. It's really none of your business, but I was cordial.
You have to have permission for that. Yes, you do.
No, I don't. And I didn't come in here to film you until you engaged me.
Okay, you can take the camera off of me now.
No.
See, we're busy.
Just go help those people. They're more important than me. Don't focus on me.
Somebody.
No, you took your attention on me now.
Stop. Don't talk to me that way.
Don't talk to me that way. Who are you to tell me anything?
These folks here in Lake Isabella are not used to being held accountable. They're not used to answering to the people. They're not used to answering questions. They're used to being in charge and telling people what to do and how to do it.
This is just like California City, man.
Yeah, especially these small towns that they're on a power trip. I work for the government. You obey. You do as I say. You step out these doors. And the police basically do what they ask. They empower each other. The police departments empower these installations, like these installations empower the police departments. But in reality, live streaming, these cameras have empowered the people.
So I need to let you guys know that any footage that you have, you know, there are victims that come in and out of here, and any footage that you might have of a victim that you use that could potentially put them in danger by it being known that they were in the sheriff's office, they can use that and sue you civilly. And if for some reason we find out that that did happen, I will make sure that I put them in the, you know, connect them to the right resources to do that. Okay?
Well, first of all, there's no victims in here, and
you don't know that.
Are you a victim?
Are they invisible? Because
Are
I don't
you a
see
victim?
anybody.
With Tina. That's me, Tina. T-I-N-N-A. I was specially named because my parents were crack addicts. Most people have a 1 N in their name, but not me. Anyways, welcome to my show, where I bring you all my creative cooking talents while incarcerated. I'm doing 5 to 55 for, well, let's just say bad judgment.
All right, what do we got here? Veracruz, Mexico?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Mara.
Mara?
Mara.
Right on. Papa, what's
Yeah.
it say? Veracruz?
Tesonapa, Veracruz.
There we are. All right. Good deal. Thanks
Yeah.
for not stabbing me. I like you, man.
Yeah.
Take care.
Southside.
Southside.
I have taken advantage of the YouTube channel Perennial Psychology to help me explain the actions of these people. I know this first cut is about 3 minutes long, but it's packed with information, and it gives us a good foundation for understanding inferiority.
If there's one thing we all have in common, it's that we feel inferior one way or another. The moment you're born as a baby, you can hardly do anything. You cannot talk, you cannot walk, you cannot even use your hands properly, but still, babies are one of the most curious people on the planet. You've probably seen babies repeating the same thing again and again and again, and it's not because they like the repetition, it's because they actually want to grow, they want to become better, they want to become more competent. You will see that it's incredibly important to understand the ways in which you feel inferior and the ways in which you strive to grow, because they basically direct your whole life. Every goal you consciously or unconsciously have is directed by this striving. And in order to understand inferiority and superiority better, I would like to introduce you to the individual psychology of Alfred Adler. He really put the striving for superiority at the center of his psychology. And the both poles, inferiority and superiority, just design the frame in which this happens. So let's start by looking at inferiority. In his original German work, Alfred Adler actually uses the word Minderwertigkeitsgefühl, which is not just the longest German word, but it is important to understand what it actually means because the English translation is a little bit unfortunate. Minderwertigkeitsgefühl determines a feeling of being of less value. And this is quite important to know because it's not about an objective judgment, but about a subjective feeling you have towards yourself. I mean, we all heard beautiful people say they think they're ugly, or smart people fearing that they failed the test. And feeling inferior is completely normal. Everyone feels that way about one area of their lives or many areas of their life. And as I said in my last video about how to stop sabotaging yourself, you can actually use that feeling of inferiority for a healthy striving for growth. Now, if we take a look at superiority, the striving is always a compensation. That means you need to feel inferior in some way in order to be striving for superiority. You can give this striving many names. You can say that it's striving for self-actualization, you can say it's striving for security, you can say it's striving for self-preservation, but in the end it all comes down to the fact that we all want to feel complete, we all want to feel safe, we all want to feel superior, and we all want to feel competent. Now, Adler chose the word superiority, and at first he was mostly working with neurotic patients, which means with patients that had psychopathologies. And that is why in the beginning his definition of superiority really referred to something that was really much centered on the person themselves. So it was a sense of greater self-esteem, greater security, greater power. But after a while, when he was focusing more on the quote-unquote normal people, he found that superiority can actually also refer to other things, to other people, to other objects, and can be much less focused on the person and much more focused on doing something good for society. That can mean perfection, completion, overcoming. So the way that striving for superiority differs between healthy and unhealthy people is that unhealthy people tend to have a much greater feeling of inferiority. So they need a much more extreme form of superiority in order to compensate for that. And also for unhealthy people, their striving is much more centered on themselves. So they want to feel more powerful, they want to feel more worthy, they want to have a greater self-esteem. And for healthy people, we can find that the striving is also directed towards the greater good. So they want to make a better society and become better people for society.
This is a two-way street, sir.
He's got an attitude problem. He has from the moment he walked out here with me.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, bud, we're not going to get worked up over it. Just stay out of the property, okay?
Stay off the property.
Okay.
While serving the citizens, more like while harassing the citizens.
Jeremiah, step right there, Jen. I'll get your cuffs off from you. Okay, right here. Yeah. Hey, come back here and see my dad. I haven't seen him in a while. It has been a while, hasn't it?
You got to get rid of your fucking qualified immunity. Defund the police.
That's what you believe you can, brother.
I don't believe it. It's a fact. I'm not the only one. There's millions of us. And y'all are about to find out with that smug little look on your face.
Sounds good.
It sounds good. Why don't you get the fuck out of here? Nobody wants you here.
Here you go, man.
You're dismissed, bitch. Get in your car and leave.
Thank you.
If you're going to cause a scene, you can go to jail for disorderly.
Disorderly?
Yes, sir.
Are you the complainant?
Alright.
You can't be.
We've been down that road before. You know we can do it.
You can't be the
You know we
complainant.
can do it, Jeremiah.
Yeah, and I know y'all got lawsuits pending.
All right.
And look, he almost hit you, man. Car number 522. Go yourself.
I totally get it, man, but honestly, nobody cares about you, okay? I'm not trying to be rude or abrasive.
Well, actually, you are. You're being a smartass right now.
I'm just telling you, man. No, you.
Good, how are you?
The jail has issued a warrant for you.
For me?
Yeah.
For why?
I don't know, that there's a list of charges on it.
For me?
Yeah, for you.
I don't consent to searches.
That's fine. Well, you got a weapon on you. Now you don't need to
Just for
consent
now.
to weapon searches.
The last part of Jeremiah's greatest hits video is truly shocking and shows us his true feelings for the police. I don't believe anyone in this community that I'm a part of thinks that Jeremiah would take an active role in something like what happened in Dallas. He's too much of a coward. However, the person who is speaking, and I'm sorry I don't know who it is, sounds like he would.
Losing and you're winning.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you are willing to use any amount of violence against us to get us to stop keeping you accountable. And we, on the other hand, at least me personally, I'm not willing to return the violence against you. But you know what? I think there's a lot of people who see what you're doing who may be different than me.
We begin with breaking news in Dallas, Texas, where at least 5 police officers were killed when they were ambushed by at least 2 snipers. 6 other officers and a civilian were injured.
As you mentioned, the gunfire erupted in downtown Dallas with no warning, turning this place into a war zone and still very much resembling one right now. Officials saying the intent of the shooters was to kill as many officers as possible.
Stop! Nobody's gonna touch you! If we wanted to hurt you, you'd never see us!
Damn! Now in today's video, I would like to give you a little insight into how the striving can go wrong. According to Alfred Adler and his individual psychology, there are 2 ways in which the striving can go bad. Number 1 is the inferiority complex. That means you have an incredibly strong feeling of inferiority and you don't have the courage for striving and growth. The second one is the superiority complex. That means you have an inferiority complex and you cannot accept your incapable self. That means you strive to compensate in other ways. You kind of look for an easy way out. You will see many people trying to be special. Either they wear expensive brand clothing, they're friends with powerful people only, just think about the cool kids at school. The thing is that they themselves don't feel like they're special, and so they borrow authority from people or brands to feel better about themselves. What they usually notice too late is that it also means that they live according to other people's value system. That means they live other people's lives. And if we know anything, it is that living another person's life and not your own means not living a satisfying life. So you can already see how they really end up in this downward spiral, in this never-ending circle of trying to feel better but ending up being very unsatisfied. Now you can also be special by being especially bad. If trying to be especially good has been a lost cause, you go for something that Adler calls easy superiority. And that is actually very closely linked to revenge. I don't get what I want, so now I'm gonna make everyone else's life a living hell. Because in the end, what you really want, which is attention, you still get that. On the other hand, you can also make yourself special by being the victim. This is something that is especially common in society today. And this is not supposed to say that there are no victims and that whenever something bad happens to you, you're not allowed to call yourself a victim. That is totally up to you. But what it does mean is that sometimes people use the misfortunes that happen to them, either real or imagined, in order to control other people. It's this whole, poor me, my past was so bad, that's why now everyone has to tiptoe around me. Everyone needs to change their behavior. No one is allowed to speak to me in a certain way. This can, for example, be a mother who always complains about how lonely she is and how miserable her life is, and is therefore trying to stop her child from moving out. Adler recognized this early on and said, "In our culture, weakness can be quite strong and powerful. What healthy inferiority would look like is that you compare yourself to your ideal self and not to others." I'm sure you read it 1,000 times, but the best competition is who you were yesterday.
I'm pretty sure we can think of many of our frauditor and even sovereign citizen friends who show these traits. Even here on YouTube and on Facebook, I notice this behavior frequently.
Hey, Richard Aguirre, Richard Garcia.
You're the fucking tyrant, huh?
Richard Aguirre.
Your bitch gave me a ticket, but you think I'm a winning, motherfucker. Your fucking old fucker over there gave me a ticket, but he's gonna pay back.
All right, Richard Aguirre.
I'm gonna get him back, dude.
All right, Richard Aguirre, you do that.
You think you're stupid, huh?
Aguirre.
I'm gonna win that easy as nothing.
Hey, Richard Aguirre. All right, man.
Because you're all full of crap. You're bullshit.
Richard Garcia Aguirre.
You're trash.
Richard Garcia Aguirre.
You're trash, dude. You think giving tickets you're gonna bring down someone? You're funny.
Richard Garcia.
Only because
Richard
you get
Garcia
butthurt, dude? That's all you could say, dude?
That's your name.
You get butthurt, that's why?
Hey, man. Hey,
so that doesn't matter what's in my name, man. I don't care.
Your mom's waiting for you at home.
Okay?
You live with your mom at home.
Cry, baby.
She's waiting for you.
You're a waste of air. All of you are a waste of air.
People watching? You live with your mom like a good boy.
Waste of air.
He's a champ.
I won so many LAPD tickets, dude.
Oh,
This
right.
miss.
That's good, man. Have a good morning.
You don't win with me, dude. That's a funny thing. I'll show you. You just go to court and lose your time. That's a funny thing.
All right, Richard Aguirre.
That's all you're good for.
Right,
Keep on wasting more taxpayers' money.
Hey, Richard.
Keep on wasting more.
Hey, guys, it's Richard Aguirre.
Keep wasting on more taxpayers' money.
It's Richard Garcia Aguirre.
Oh, this guy has a taser. They're not.
You guys remember
Richard Garcia Aguirre, how you
Richard
doing?
Garcia
Haven't seen you, Mr. Aguirre. How are you?
6 feet. Stay 6 feet away.
Yeah, you gotta stay
Just stay 6 feet away.
6 feet away.
Why were you
Remember that,
taking
you
out a
have to be wearing
taser?
mask, Mr. Garcia.
Why were you
Mr.
taking
Richard
a
Garcia,
taser?
You should be wearing a mask.
Why were you taking out a taser in the public?
You should be wearing a mask, Mr. Garcia.
I don't need a mask. I have the
Richard Garcia, you
vacation.
should be wearing a mask.
Okay, I have the
You understand
injection.
that you could be infecting yourself and others. For everyone's safety, you should
Hey.
be wearing a mask.
Can I get your business card, sir? Wait, I need this guy's business card. I need this guy's.
I was on a live stream saying fucking nice things about you guys. You're the dumbest Chinaman I ever met. The Chinaman started shouting threats about arresting me if I crossed the street. Shut your fucking mouth, stupid goop. Fucking retarded slope. I hope you catch hot lead in the face, motherfucker. I personally think you should be hung from a bridge. You know, a Chinese guy tries to stick his finger up my ass and then all the old wounds open up. If I was a deputy and I had the authority that he has and the others have, I would take my gun and my ammunition, and I could think of at least 25, 30 cops. I would line them right here in a row, and I would shoot every single one of them in the fucking head and be done with all those 25, 30 cops. Be done with them. There is no crosswalk. Would you shut the fuck up and let me do my job? Am I interfering with yours? Okay, then, we're done with the conversation. Oh, am I? Yep. You know what the fuck jaywalking is? Go ahead and detain me. This is not jaywalking. You guys got the street blocked off anyways. Okay, you want to write me a ticket? Go ahead. Go ahead, write me a ticket. You don't have to take my shit to write me a ticket. Put it down. Why? If you're writing me a ticket,
Well, folks, I realize that this video went a bit long this time, and I apologize. There's just so many of them out there. I think it's clear that inferiority and insecurity go hand in hand with these folks, especially the men. Whether or not they ever become self-aware waits to be seen. Thank you for joining me again this week, and come on back next week when we jump right into that big cesspool that is strange people doing really strange things. Remember, Scriptcat says, the only competition you really face is who you were yesterday. Bye for now.